Welcome back to the Brocast. We're at McDivitt's in Tampa. I'm Sean.
I'm Ryan.
Oh,
And
we are the Parlay Bros.
We're getting closer and closer. We're talking preseason football.
I'm telling you, I'm loving. I'm seeing on TV. We're naming starting quarterbacks. We got stuff happening in the league. And so, as everyone knows, we're from Minnesota. So it's a huge deal that Kyler Murray is now our starting quarterback. And so we kind of knew it was going to happen because JJ was pretty terrible. But it's kind of good to actually see them announce that. Because the biggest thing about that is now they don't have to share as many reps.
Yes.
Because they were saying Kevin O'Connell, the coach of the Vikings, was literally doing 50% reps for each guy.
Yeah.
He wanted it to be truly fair. And it's like the problem with that, though, is if you have a brand new guy, Murray, coming in, he's got to get reps against this.
The season's quickly approaching.
Quickly approaching.
Yeah.
And so
he needs max reps.
Max reps. And the other reason they can do that is now Kyler Murray doesn't need to play in the preseason because he's the starter. So J.J. McCarthy can take all the punishment in the preseason.
Do you think this is a sign that there's no trust in McCarthy? They picked up Kyler Murray. Like, what are they going to do with him going forward? Like, because
they got to try to trade him.
I think they're going to have
because
to do something.
He's really have a terrible attitude. They're saying.
I know.
Yeah.
He's really starting to suck.
You know, they might just go heavy on a draft pick or put some cap money around and get like a free agent. But I have a hunch that the 2027 draft, they're going to go big on the quarterback.
Oh, yeah, they have to. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's not a good situation.
No, because we basically have Murray on a rental. So Arizona's paying $30 million. We're paying like $4 million. You know what I mean?
Pay how many?
$30 million.
No, but how much is
Minnesota's paying $4 million.
Yeah. This reminds you of the bigger situation when Carolina was still paying them, but we were playing them. That's we're reliving.
That's exactly what we're living in. Yeah.
That's such a weird scenario. Like, we'll pay for him to play for you.
Yeah.
How much we don't want him.
Yeah, that's exactly
That's
right.
exactly it. That's awesome. We'll pay him. You can get him. So that's super exciting news. But I think today we're going to dive into a couple different divisions.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, I think we're going into that division.
Yes, we are actually.
Kick us off.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. So I'm looking at the NFC North. And so you think of the North, you think of the Vikings, you think of the Bears, you think of the Lions, and you think of the Packers. Last year, Chicago won the division.
Yep.
They won over 6 games, 1-score games. So basically, cardiac Bears, they called them, because they won all those games kind of in the very, very end of the game. I will say Caleb Williams did look really good. He definitely, with Ben Johnson, the new head coach, which is an offensive coach, really helped them play quite well. I think we're going to see some regression this year, though.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to win every single 1-score game you have.
Yes, it is.
And so I think we're going to see some regression there. Also, I talk about it a lot, but the strength of schedule is huge.
Yep.
When you win your division, you play all the other division winners.
Right.
So you have the hardest schedule. And so my team is Detroit, as I mentioned before, and the reason being is they came in 4th in our division last year, so they play the 4th schedule. They play all the worst teams in the division. And I really think that, Detroit, their offense is absolutely amazing.
Better schedule.
Way better schedule.
Yep.
A lot of us play fantasy football. I think the number 1 consensus pick is Gibbs, which is a running back for Detroit. So if you have the best fantasy player, consensus-wise, you assume they're going to score a lot. And so I'm pushing my chips versus the Lions. They're 10.5 is their win total.
So you're going over?
I'm going over. They're
Love
favored they're favored in 14 games. So I'm going to go over 10.5 official plays. By the way, we're going to start now actually having our official plays.
Let's go.
So over the summer, we had a lot of fun leans. Now we're official, people. We're going official over 10.5. Also, I'm taking them to win the division at plus 180. The reason I like them so much for the division is, as I mentioned, I think the Bears are going to have a regression. Also, the Packers, everyone remembers last year, mid-season, were like, this team will go to the Super Bowl. As soon as they got Micah Parsons, there's such a change in their defense as he completely changes the dynamic. He's looking like he'll be back around week 6. The problem with coming back week 6 is you're not game ready week 6. You start back in game, you know what I mean? And so for the first half of your season, you're not fully operational, and then you kind of come in. You need that time to get up and running. Also, the Bears, at the beginning of the year, their very first game they play against the Vikings. They have Detroit within the first 6 games.
Sweet.
So those divisional games matter.
I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fun to see what's out there.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like the Bears are kind of like the Patriots, where the Patriots had like a really easy schedule last year.
Yes.
And now they've got meat grinders.
Yes.
They're in the Super Bowl.
That's exactly
The
it.
Bears were like kind of a 50-50,
Yeah.
not so hard.
Yeah.
Now they're going to have a brutal schedule.
Exactly it. That's
same as the Patriots.
Exactly it. And so there's been a lot of talk about Caleb Williams came in 15 pounds lighter. So he's really dedicated and worked out and kind of shredded. So I think they're going to be good. It's just with the harder schedule and just the fact you're not going to always win every 1-score game.
Yes.
And so for me, I think that takes them a step back. As I mentioned, with Micah Parsons being injured the first 6 weeks, and then when he comes back, then you have to readjust your defense too. So it's not like you just add them in and you're fully swing. So you got to readjust that. So I think the Packers take a step back, and I think Detroit is gonna win it. The wild card is actually the Vikings because Brian Flores' defense is so good that I think their defense is awesome. And then you obviously Justin Jefferson is probably top 5 best wide receiver in the game. You know what I mean? Addison's very good. It's just all around. How good is Kyler Murray actually going to be?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's going to be fun to watch.
It's going to be.
That's why I love all the storylines.
I know. That's what I mean. It's so much fun to watch. They are actually 5 to 1 to win the division. I might sprinkle a little bit, just a little Minnesota home cooking on that. Because if Murray plays well, they can be good.
Sometimes those first-year guys have a break. Look at Baker when his first year at Tampa.
That's what I mean. I mean, they won 9 games last year, and they had terrible quarterback.
What about Green Bay? Are you going under win total?
I'm going under win total.
Okay, what's the win total?
No, 9.5.
9.5?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm going Bears under, Packers under, over for Minnesota, over for Detroit. Detroit to win the division. Might sprinkle a little piece of money on the Vikings to win it as well.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah. It's gonna be a fun one, man.
I like the Lions to win the division a lot. Last year was their first year without offensive coordinator Ben Johnson. He got promoted to head coach, which he rightfully deserved it because he's a great offensive mind. So to see them, have that 1 year without it, I mean, so they had someone pulling the place for the Lions, and then I think midway through the season,
Campbell took over.
Campbell's like, I'm going to do this now. And so like it's just an oddball thing that kind of happened for them. I think this season they'll have a better continuity of a team.
100%.
I love paying Gibbs. Like just lock that up.
Yeah.
Lock up your big playmakers. I'm on Brown. He's great. I love him as a wide receiver. And then you have Jared Goff. So as long as he kind of does his thing, I mean, I could see them absolutely winning that.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, though, I think the Packers' defense is going to be a little weak. They have no real pass rush. Secondary is a little rough. So, I mean, when Micah comes back, he'll be efficient. But it's after week 6. So it's like, okay, now we're starting from ground level up. So, I think out of all the 4 teams, that's definitely my play. I would take them to win the division and the over with 10.5. So I love that play.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
I like it. Cool. How about your division now? What do you got?
So I was going to piggyback a little bit off of both the divisions because I did a little research on the AFC North, which I know is your
I can do mine.
What's that?
I said I can do the AFC.
Hit it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Right. So I broke it out in 2 ways. So I looked at the entire AFC of what are the odds to win the whole thing. So from top to bottom, Baltimore is a plus 500 to win the AFC as the entire conference.
Okay.
Cincinnati is basically 10 to 1, so they're 1,000.
Yep.
So that's kind of in order. And then the next most popular is Pittsburgh at plus 3,000. And then almost at the very end is the Browns at plus 7,500.
Yeah.
So to win the AFC North, same format, just not as good odds. So the Ravens are minus 110. They're definitely the odds-on favorite.
They are,
to win the AFC North.
Yep.
Cincinnati's not super far behind. So Cincinnati's plus 175, and they're only 1 game difference on the over-under win total.
That's correct.
I got Pittsburgh is plus 550, and then Cleveland drops way down to 2,000, plus 2,000 to win the AFC North. So a couple of things to look at. The Ravens, Jim Harbaugh's out. New head coach, Jesse Minter, former Chargers defensive coordinator. Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers, and Derrick Henry are the big 3 there, so keeping them healthy. Their win total over-under is 11.5.
It's actually the highest win total in the whole NFL.
It's interesting that that's the highest, but they're not the favorite to win at all.
They're not, because the reason being is the Rams are the favorite to win it all.
They are.
But the Rams have a very difficult schedule because they have to play Seattle and San Francisco.
Yes.
That's why. And so the actual winning of the Super Bowl is different than winning of the regular season.
Yep.
So
and the divisions. I mean, the divisions is key there. So, like, for example, like, they have to see Cincinnati, the Browns, and then
Pittsburgh
Steelers.
Yeah.
So because of that, like, I think they'll have an easier road than the Ravens will. Because and then the Rams will because the Rams have to play the 49ers, Seattle.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they'll see Arizona, and those will be a couple wins. But it's like you have that matchup.
Exactly.
Don't they play Denver too? Do the Rams play Denver?
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
not really.
They do. Yeah.
Because I heard they're supposed to be pretty good too.
They're very good. Very good.
Cincinnati Bengals. They have a 10.5 win over-under win total. The big thing is keeping Joe Burrow healthy. Like when he's on the field, Jamar Chase and Chase Brown are the big targets there.
Yep.
Between the running backs and the
What's
receivers.
crazy is that line started at 9. It moved all the way to 10.5.
That's a lot.
the amount of money coming in on the Bengals this year has been absurd.
I would have loved the 9.5.
Huh?
I would have loved
I
the
know.
9.5.
Well, I'm gonna drive someplace to get 9.5.
You can still get it.
Yeah,
Let's go make some moves.
we'll make the move.
You may see Ryan in blocks.
You may see him in blocks.
It's like a
Sweep
Sasquatch
in,
sighting.
sweep out. But yeah, the reason being is because for so long the Bengals defense has been so bad, and so this year they really made a concerted effort to. They actually traded their number 1 pick to bring in Dexter Lawrence, a defensive tackle, to really stuff up the middle. They also brought in some linebackers and some defensive backs.
That's huge.
They really went all in on the defense, kind of saying, hey, the number of 30-point offensive games that they've lost,
You can't win
is
games like that.
you can't score 30 points and still lose games.
I know.
That's not okay. You know what I mean?
That's demoralizing.
It's demoralizing.
I
So
know.
basically, Zach Taylor, the only remaining head coach in the division. Of the 4 teams, 3 new coaches, the only one left was
Yeah.
Zach. He basically said, hey, I'm going all in on defense. I know my offense is cooking.
Right.
Let's go all in on defense to kind of do it. And I think it might work. You know what I mean? Because for me, when you bring in a brand new head coach, that means you're bringing in a brand new offensive coordinator.
All
bringing
new
in
stuff.
a whole new offensive staff, whole new playbook. And so the fact that the Bengals are the only team returning with the same guys to kind of do that continuity, to me, that's why I like them over. I'm going to get 9.5. I would even bet 10.5, but I'm going to get 9.5.
Yeah.
And I like them to win the division as well.
Okay. Oh, you do?
I do.
Oh,
I do.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So you think they did enough on the defensive, adding more players to
Exactly.
compensate?
Exactly. But as O had mentioned, it's all about Joe Burrow. If Joe Burrow gets hurt, that money is going in the trash bin because he is so crucial to that team. And just the rhythm and the trust he has in Jamar Chase. The number of times I've seen him throw at the goal line,
Yes.
he's like double
Yeah,
teamed.
I know.
Somehow he's catching
Doesn't
balls
care.
over here, over there, and he's
Yeah.
getting touchdowns. I mean, we've all seen it. We've been in sports bars being like, how was that a catch? You know what
Oh
I mean?
man, it's insane to watch.
Because the trust.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's a huge trust there. And
Yeah.
if you see Burrow hurt, it would surprise me that they got rid of Jake Browning because Jake Browning had a great step in last
Yeah.
season. They brought in Flacco.
Yep.
Maybe we'll see Flacco come back and help him out. You know.
Well, didn't they beef up the offensive line too? I
They
think
did.
Added some,
Yes.
So they really did.
I'm
everything
telling you,
they could to help
and
them out.
that's why there's been so much money on the Bengals over the win total.
And you like the over at 10.5?
I do, but I'm going to get it at 9.5.
Okay.
But I do like 10.5. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, let us know if Harrah's fixed their air conditioner. Sweat it out the roulette
Sweating
table.
it out. And then for me, I think in that division, I really think the Browns are going to be terrible.
They're
The fact that Deshaun Watson is probably going to start is absolutely
And dude, just like remember it was like $250 million. He like a
$250
$250
million bucks. Yeah,
contract.
it's guaranteed.
Never plays.
I don't think he's played a full season since he got paid.
So
No,
bad.
he's not.
What
He hasn't
a
played a
huge
full
waste
season.
of money.
This
Total
is
waste
why
of
it's
money.
kind of hard to commit long term to a quarterback because then you have this issue. Not to bring up Baker again,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
that's kind of what we talked about.
Yeah.
It's like long term big
100%.
contracts like that just don't pay off.
Yeah, and so it's
Totally agree.
and so you kind of like, and so they're saying it's either between him or Sanders, and you know, that's not great. You know what I mean?
Not good.
And so I really feel the Browns are not going to be that great. Aaron Rodgers' last year in Pittsburgh, he's announced it's going to be his farewell tour. And so what's actually interesting about that is the ticket prices to the games that he's playing in are skyrocketing.
Really? People
Yeah.
want to see him.
People
just
want to see
retire?
him.
Yeah,
so
right.
you figure, you know, we've all grown up with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Long time.
So if he's coming to your city, people want to see him.
Right.
And so, because he said this is by far guaranteed last year, he's actually going to retire. The only reason he did it is because Mike McCarthy came in as the head coach, which was his coach in Green Bay. And so he kind of was like, hey, I know the coach. I'm going to play one more year for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
So,
We'll have a lot of continuity.
yeah.
I did read too that the Pittsburgh's defense is the most expensive defense in the entire NFL.
They are.
Their roster,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
also the oldest. So they got a lot of old dudes. that are
Because
making big
TJ
bank.
Watt.
TJ Watt,
TJ
Hayward, Hayward's in there too.
Exactly, yeah.
Yep.
And so, so for me, I think Pittsburgh, it'd be fun to watch because it's last year for Aaron Rodgers, but once again, brand new head coach, you know, kind of having a whole new system. I just don't see them. So to me, it's really a two-horse race between the Ravens and the Bengals. And the only reason I'm kind of going towards the Bengals is I think that investment in defense,
Yeah.
the continuity of the head coach staying there,
Stay healthy.
and then the easier schedule is kind of what's pushing me over that way. But the Ravens should be pretty darn good.
Well, what do you guys think about Pittsburgh's 8.5? Is that this is like a lower number? Think they can get
So it's
there?
kind of crazy. So as you know, under Tomlin's 18-year career, he never
Had a losing
had a losing season.
Yeah.
So he's never lost more than 9 games. I think this is the first year they do.
Really?
Yeah, I think I'd go under there.
Okay.
And the reason being is I think the Bengals will take both games.
Okay.
I'm gonna see. I can predict it now and see it now. Aaron Rodgers coming off the sideline after a bad play, just smashing his helmet on the ground, just frustrated. Like Should have retired, guys.
The tour is over now.
This is
By
it.
the way, one thing I will say was interesting with the quarterback series is that Cam Ward said the number of iPads he broke.
Right.
So within 6 games, he broke 9 iPads.
Whoa.
Cam Ward did?
Yeah, because he smashes the iPad.
No wonder these quarterbacks need so much money.
That's
right. Ripping stuff up. So last team is the Browns. So their over-under win total is 5.5.
Yeah.
Really messy quarterback situation with Watson and Sanders.
Yep.
They lost Myles Garrett. Their defense is actually pretty good. Sadly, they're just like they're not a complete team.
No.
They have no leadership at quarterback, no head coach. It's going to be a rough one.
I think it's going to be a rough year for them.
Yeah.
I think it'll definitely be a rough year. And like I said, especially with Bengals in Baltimore was so good, too. That's like 4 guaranteed losses right there.
Yeah. I think it's I don't know if I would even touch the over-under.
I'm not touching it.
No.
There's some teams you're like, I don't even want to
It's
go
not
there.
even fun.
No.
There's nothing fun to cheering for the Browns. Like,
No,
I
you
can't.
Yeah. And like I said, you said their defense is amazing.
Yeah.
So it'll
we're in
keep
for a lot of boring games.
Yes.
You know.
You don't want to watch those.
That's exactly right. They're always low-scoring games.
Always low-scoring games.
I'll never forget the game where, like, they went to overtime and no one could make a field goal. It was them against the Steelers, I think. It was just like a back and forth. It just got ugly. I'm like, this is boring. Can someone make a field goal and be done with it? It was like back and forth missing in overtime.
Yeah, you're like, where's golf?
Yeah.
Like, why is this golf?
Why isn't golf?
What else we got? Anything else, Pickles?
Yeah, the only other big thing is just talk about betting for preseason.
Yeah.
So when you're going to bet preseason, there's a couple major things to think about. It's truly about the backup quarterbacks. And so a prime example is this weekend, Detroit, Teddy Bridgewater retired. And so that line moved from 3 to 9. Because now the backup is no longer Teddy Bridgewater.
Okay.
The backup is now an unsigned guy. You know what I mean? And so it's truly all about – that's why the Vikings made the announcement of Murray to be their starter. So now you know Murray's not playing preseason.
Right.
Now it's all about J.J. McCarthy.
Yep.
And so just really when you're thinking of betting preseason, really look at the second-tier quarterbacks and really kind of understand that. Also understand there's going to be a Raven tax because they know that they always do so well.
Yes.
That those lines are inflated. So kind of look into that. But just really be kind of careful when you're betting preseason because it's so fluky. So usually it's going to be a half unit type of deal. You still got to get the beak wet, so you're still going to get in there. But definitely just be careful and really think about, like another prime example is the Bengals are going to have their starters play, so the line moves 6 points. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean much because they might play one series.
Yep.
Exactly.
It's usually the first quarter play. You could try that.
Exactly.
First quarter, first half.
And by the way, always the best at finding the different angles.
Different angle.
And I love that angle. Just bet the first quarter.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. They're going to play because the starters are not playing the other team. It's like, okay,
great idea.
give me a quarter.
Like give me who's going to win the quarter.
Yeah, exactly. And you can bet that or take the spread on that too. Real quick though, if we go back to the Carolina versus Arizona, what a fun Hall of Fame game.
God, so much fun.
Cool, man.
We were on Carolina. I didn't take the spread. I just took the money line.
Yeah.
And then it was looking pretty bad. It was fourth quarter, last play.
5 seconds left in the game.
And then Mr. King just runs it in for the touchdown. I was like, let's go. They didn't review it. Everyone runs the field. Game over. We're done. This preseason, we're not reviewing anything. Let's just be done with this.
They won by 3. Line was 1.5, so we covered the line.
What was crazy was the total. The total for that game was 35.5 and 34.5, whatever it was. 36 to be even.
Yeah.
That thing flew over that thing in the first half.
66
it was
points.
I hope a lot of games are like that.
I know. You can make easy money that way.
It was absolutely so much fun.
It's like no defense, by the way.
Yeah. Plus, the crazy thing about that was the Rookie of the Year market completely changed.
I bet.
Before the game, Carson Beck was 100-1. After the game, he's 15-1.
Wow, he dropped that much.
Because he looked amazing. Once again, though, he's playing against a standard defense that's not running any blitzes, but he did look really good.
Yeah.
I think he was 12 for 15 passes. One was a throwaway. One was a drop by the offense. He had one missed pass. That's a great
And he got a touchdown. Yeah.
And he had a touchdown.
Yeah, he looked unbelievable.
That kid's a baller. He had a great career at Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
I mean, I followed his career when he was there, so.
Yeah, well, plus we watched every Miami game last year.
I know it. We did. We watched a lot of Haynes King.
Watched a lot of Miami games.
Herb Street was a huge Haynes King fan.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The only thing that's funny, though, is I will say Carson Beck always looks like he's stoned. His eyes just look.
That's a very weird look.
Like Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah. They call him the sloth. You know what I mean?
You're like looking in the helmet, like, are you with us, man?
I know, exactly. So, but it just shows that how volatile those markets are at the beginning of the year. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know.
And so I'm super excited. Should be a ton of fun. Hopefully everyone's got their fantasy drafts coming up.
Oh, we got some drafts coming up. I got one next week.
Yeah, I really think for me, number one's got to be Gibbs or Bijan Robinson. I think those are the two consensus guys. Kind of get in there, and then you want to kind of jump into the top end receivers after that. But it should be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Well, enjoy. We'll see you guys next week. Until then, take care.
See you guys.
See you guys.